I don't really care about what they want to show me. I want to see what they don't want to show me. And I do think Andy understood that.
I'm Gina Keogh, formerly of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
If you're a fan of reality television, let me explain how these shows are cast and produced. So Bravo owns the show, but they don't produce or create the show. That's done by a production company they partner with. So often the way these things are cast is a production company goes out, puts together the cast they think is going to work, and presents that to the network.
Bravo used to be the most boring, high art channel on cable. Then Bravo was doing Project Runway and Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. They were fun and campy. Bravo's early success, I think, showed other networks that you can make so much money if you decide to speak to an audience other than straight white men between 18 and 45.
Well, these shows were driven by host, where every episode had a guest with a problem, and the host fixed it. And the episode was wrapped up in a nice bow. But Housewives was going to be very different.
The Real Housewives is a docu-soap, essentially, a reality show that features an ensemble cast of characters that have some sort of back history. You get to see people's lives over a longer period of time. This was really kind of the first time that you saw a story of this kind play out on a show.
Andy Cohen was the VP of programming at Bravo, responsible for greenlighting shows, and he decided to take a chance with it.
Andy Cohen is like the godfather of Bravo. He really loved soap operas. He was like a big Susan Lucci fan. And I think seeing these women who are maybe similar to like soap opera stars is fun for him.
And they said, okay, we like it, go do it. I thought it was going to go really well. So we invited everybody to my house, and we did a big dinner, and we watched it.
Life is different in a gated community.
The land here is $1 million an acre.
It's so boring. It's so flat.
And I don't have to worry about him. We tell each other everything.
It's just like women lunching together, and like it's more of just them at home with their kids. You see maybe a dynamic in a marriage that's a little off, but no one's talking about it.
I have 12 years on Joe. She's only 24 years old. But you know, it works out so great for us because I'm eager to teach, she's eager to learn.
In one of the early episodes of the first season, they spend so much time just showing a housewife doing paperwork.
You know, it's a lot of anticipation, a lot of planning. I did plan all the flights for my family to come, as well as Brandon's dad.
It had less than 500,000 in viewership, which is pretty low. Even Andy Cohen didn't like the early cuts of early episodes. The Housewives are an attempt to enter spaces that most of us will never be able to go into. I am never going to be able to hang out with the richest women. That's not happening for me. But I am really curious how they talk to each other and what kind of stuff they buy, the kinds of problems you have when you're a mega millionaire. I don't really care about what they want to show me. I want to see what they don't want to show me. And I do think Andy understood that. It was about us as the audience getting access to the elites. And are they being honest with us?
After season 1, they made some tweaks.
It seemed like when it comes to casting, they are looking for people that are dramatic. So naturally and reasonably, the producers, they're going to go towards people who create drama.
One person left the first season, and they just brought new people in.
When the show started, it wasn't so sweet.
And then you start to see them bringing people in that have a criminal history.
There's mysteries around who they are. I don't think the audience is fully aware of the full story.
I never, ever really spoken about my relationship with one of the housewives.
So do you love me or hate me?
I've never spoken publicly about this. I think she went on the show because she was getting in trouble for years. She knew they were coming after her.
I wanted to tell my story because I'm one of the victims of one of the housewives.
Don't you have an opinion? You're a smart woman. You have an opinion of what's right and what's wrong, right?
In the second season, cameras continue to film Jen Shah. In one of the scenes before she exits the Sprinter van, she's getting a phone call from someone seemingly giving her a heads up that something was about to happen.
All of a sudden being surrounded by like the FBI and like a SWAT team.
We're looking for Jen Shah.
It was the craziest episode of television I had ever seen. Ever. It was so nuts.
Jen Shah and her assistant are arrested for conspiracy to commit wire fraud. And this wire fraud is to the tune of $5 million.
I received a call out of the blue.
And then they let me know that it was about Jen Shah. I had never heard of her.
Jen Shah is the puppet master. It's the one you never see, but the one who profits the most. It was quite frustrating seeing the clips of her walking around this extravagant lifestyle, and me thinking, that's where my money went. Again, I had no idea who this person was, and to find out that she could be capable of doing something like this. And in a way, I was also a bit peeved with the producers of Real Housewives, because shouldn't they have vetted this? And if they did, would they have put her on? Maybe they would have, maybe they wouldn't have.
Once they cast a housewife, they do a thorough background check. They try to get a really good sense of what someone's history is, and they do sit them down and have a conversation with them. Like, this is what being a Real Housewives entails. So if you have secrets, understand that they will come out. The audience, they want to be captivated by someone who lives in a different part of the country, who has a totally different life than their own, and who is bold and unapologetic for who they are and the life experiences they've had. So criminal background, that kind of actually makes more interesting.
Look, soon after the Housewives franchise, we have Mob Wives. We follow criminals on Staten Island and their families. So criminality does not seem to exclude people from reality television.
So cameras continue to film Jen Shah, and then you get to see her in moments with her own family.
Thanks.
Yeah. And they've bailed her out in so many circumstances, and she's denying she did anything wrong.
Any fault, it is because I am too giving.
My first thought was she was going on there to justify herself about her actions and make herself look so innocent.
When you're going into a trial, it's important to have the facts and the truth out there, not speculation, rumors, and lies.
And then a couple months later, she pleads guilty, and it's a complete shock.
Jen pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and in January 2023, she was sentenced to 6.5 years in minimum security prison. It seems like the Housewives franchise leaned into it when somebody has a history of criminal behavior. They know it, but we like seeing them exposed. And the question is, how far does that go? Now we have substance use, fraud, to aggression. Where does this go? What's next? What's bigger, what's louder than we've already had?